When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me.
So darling, darling, stand by me.
Oh, won't you stay?
Stand by me.
Just as long
Stand by me.
as you stand by me.
Just as long as you stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, all the mountains should crumble to the sea. I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Oh,
Just as long
stand by me.
as you stay,
Stand by me.
stand by me.
Just as long as you stand by me. Oh, stand by me.
Won't you stay just as long,
Just as long,
just as long,
just as
stand by me.
as long as you stand. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, won't you stand by me?
Just as long
Stand by me.
as you stand,
Stand by me.
stand by me.
Just as long as you stand by me. Oh, stand by me.
Oh,
Stand by me. Oh,
just as long
stand by me.
as you stay,
Stand by me.
stand by me.
Just as long as you stand by me.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the temporary home of the Umpqua Unitarian Universalist congregation. We're so happy all of you are here today. Yes. And thank you so much to Pastor Pam and the rest of the congregation for inviting us into their wonderful space. We strike the gong 3 times, once in memory of those who have come before us, dedicating their time, money, and hearts to building this congregation. Once in honor of all of us who are here today, working with enthusiasm to maintain and grow this beloved community. And once with much love and hope for those who will dedicate themselves to building this community in the future. Good morning. It's Sunday, March 30th. My name's Kathy Mitchell, and I'm your service leader for today. This is a place where all are welcome. Here we strive to support one another as we search for truth meaning, and community within ourselves and in our lives. Whatever path you currently follow, wherever you are on that path, however you name what is holy or deeply meaningful to you, you are welcome to share our journey with us. However you identify or describe yourself, whoever you love, we warmly welcome you to our community of strivers and seekers. We invite everyone to stay after the service for conversation and coffee, to discuss and to get to know one another better. Much appreciation today to our greeters, Alan Mary Herring, our office administrator, who particularly this week has done an incredible amount of work helping us get here and be here with, I think, all of the things that we need to be here. So that's amazing. Thank you, Jen. Also, thank you to Jake Tranter, today working with unfamiliar equipment to ensure our service goes out to those at home. Today, again, we're especially grateful to Pastor Pam Palmer and the members and staff of the First United Methodist Church for their kindness and generosity in welcoming us into this beautiful space. From Psalm 133, how rare it is, how lovely this fellowship of those who meet together. And now is the time when we collect food and money for the Fish Food Pantry. Fish is a combined effort of Roseburg churches. Our church offering will be later in the service. Your contributions are appreciated and will be put to good use in our community. We light our chalice today with these words from Peter Samosky. May this flame we light remind us that every one of us can bring light to the world. May this clear flame be a symbol that every heart can burn bright with joy, peace, and harmony. May the wisdom of ages speak to us through this flame and stay in us. Every one of us can be a blessing to the world. Please join us in body or in spirit and join in singing When Our Heart is in a Holy Place. The words should be on the screen behind me.
With love and amazing grace, when our heart is
We take time now in our service to share in community with each other our joys and concerns regarding significant milestones in our lives. I invite those who wish to light a candle to form a line to my right. If you have a spoken candle, please give your name and please be brief. Yeah, let's do this way. If we don't like it, next time we'll do the other way.
Good morning. My name is Laline, and my heart's in a kind of a fractured place this morning. I wanted more than anything else to be with my family here on this occasion. And I'm also grieving for Chime Tam, a leader of our community whose memorial service started today at 2. And for those of you who do not know Chime, what you see today as the Rainbow community was a good part of Chime's work. She was a part of the early founding of the Umpqua Valley Rainbow Collective and a major force in the very first Pride Parade. So, out of love and honor, I also light for us and for Chime.
I'm Peggy Madison. Some of you know me, many of you don't know me. I was with Unitarian Universalists in the 80s and the 90s when we were at Knights of Pythias and when we were at the Confidence Clinic, when we bought the property out on Douglas Avenue, sold that property and bought the current building. I was on the board and I think every position. I think I probably did everything. Then the early 2000s happened and life happened and I disappeared for a while. Well, I didn't disappear, but I wasn't here at church. And for the last 5 years, I've been telling my daughter, I really want to go back. I want to go back. So I'm lighting this candle to thank you for the warm welcome and to tell you that I'm really glad to be home.
I'm Sharon Barlow Palm, and I especially want to thank this congregation and Pastor Pam for the generosity and the welcome that we have been here. I've decided, I tried to get Pastor Pam to come to be our church, but she wouldn't do it. So it wasn't that I didn't try. So also, some of you may know Johnny, that's been coming to church mostly with Lily. He found a job. And he's trying to recuperate. He's going to be a caregiver at Callahan Memory Care. So he's real excited. He spent the last Thursday and Friday all day in front of a computer. So he's pretty tired today. So that's why he isn't here. But he'll be back. Thank you.
I'm Jackie, JC, whichever you prefer. I stand here for the second time in my life for this congregation, who's gone already, to take what I feel is important in life and bring it to life. The Phoenix School started in this building back there. We never let them come in here, but we went back there. And now I stand here and I feel that it's such a good place that even though it's maybe not mine, it's been so important in my life. So I'm lighting this candle for gratitude and for the openness of mind and spirit that it takes for a church to open its doors to one another. Thank you. The other candle's just for me. I need a lot of help these days.
My name is Al Herring, and we've had a lot of rain lately. And Mary and I own some forest property west of Eugene, and we saw that there was going to be a break in the weather. So we spent Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in the woods, and I'm happy to report that Mother Nature is still alive and well. The flowers were blooming, the bees were singing, the grass was growing. Deadwood Creek, which runs through our property, we've now renamed to Deadwood River. But it just felt so good to be out there with Mother Nature. And our daughter Kathy joined us for one of their days with a friend. And on a closing note, I was raised in a Methodist church, United Methodist Church. My parents were pillars of the church for their entire lives. So it feels like I've found my second home. And this is a candle for Mother Nature.
Hi, I'm Martha. I'm lighting 2 candles today. One is for our beloved Joe. We miss him every day. And the other one is for me, to help me get over humps of emotional upsets and physical upsets. And I'm on the road, hopefully, to be feeling more myself. And I appreciate this congregation so very much, and all of you who have been so supportive and welcoming to me as a person and understanding where I'm at. I don't know exactly where I'm at, but you maybe have helped me get maybe to another at.
So there have been so many thank yous, I feel like I need to say something in return. I'm unapologetically a Jesus freak, and it's not very often we get to actually practice and put into Christ's arms the message of doing unto others as we would have them do unto us. So I would like to light a candle for you all, because it takes courage, and it takes letting go of who we think we are or have been told that we are, to know that God loves us enough that we're allowed to reach out and ask for help. I'm so blessed that you asked, and so blessed that you answered.
And I'm going to light a final candle for those of us who may have kept joys and concerns in the recesses of our hearts.
Stirring
We're supported by the voluntary generosity of all of our friends and members. We're committed to using these gifts to make a difference in the world and to expand our beloved community. We're deeply grateful for the gifts and your support of our shared hopes and values. Please stand as you're able and willing as together we sing From You I Receive, and then remain standing as you wish to sing My Life Flows On, an endless song. It's my pleasure now to introduce today's speaker, Reverend Jody Mitchell. As many of you have heard, Jody grew up in a large family with 10 sisters and 10 brothers on a farm in the foothills of Colorado. I know it never ceases to amaze. When she was around 10 years old, the pastor of a little Holy Roller church moved into the farmhand cottage across the road. They invited her to church, and it didn't take long for her to feel she had a calling to preach. And at age 12, she was speaking from pulpits in churches around the district during youth ministries. At age 16, Jody took her show on the road as an ordained minister, holding revivals all over Oklahoma and Texas. She then served as a pastor in 2 different churches in Arkansas. In 1982, she began her ministry with Metropolitan Community Church, and in the summer of 1988, Jody and her family moved to Roseburg to pastor the Metropolitan Community Church in Greene. In 1992, Jody left the pulpit ministry and began her career at UCAN, Umpqua Community Action Network, where her entrepreneurial visions have been credited with starting 90% of their programs. After 24 years of dedicating her life to building valuable services for our community, she retired and has been just taking life one day at a time.
Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it. Well, as y'all know, we've been in a mess, and then another mess, with our church basement flooding, and it's just been a cyclone going on. And when they asked around about a speaker, it was kind of hard to figure out getting someone at the last minute, and of course, I can be kind of foolish sometime, and I raised my hand and said, I'll do it. And never thinking about the fact that we had our great-granddaughter, a very, very active 7-year-old, and we had her 2 of those days, the 2 days that I was supposed to be thinking about what I might speak on. So, nevertheless, I found a way late at night and spent that night, and I was so diligent. I went in and I read Dr. William Miller, one of my favorite writers, and I read his stuff, and it was so good. And I read Gary Bowers, and I read Norman Vincent Peale, and I read Crystal Reeves, and 2 or 3 others, and I was scribbling notes, and 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm still scribbling notes. And that was Friday night. And Friday, we had a bunch of other stuff going on that we had to tend to. And so Saturday came around, and I thought, well, I could surely pull something together. So I got up early Saturday morning, and I took all those notes, and lo and behold, I found 7 different steps that we can take from hopelessness to hope. Now, wow, 7 steps, and I could fit them right in. One of our statements of our faith. And I thought, well, okay, and so I started making notes on those 7 different steps. Now, I'll tell you, 6 pages later, they're all here if you want to count them. I'm on my way to Eugene on Saturday afternoon. We are on our way to see Hamilton. And Hamilton, after we got there, I didn't know what to expect. And we got there, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, wow, what an amazing dramatization of what could have happened during the founding of our nation. And I really enjoyed it. And on the way up there, I thought, this is an opportunity. I can read to Kathy all of this wonderful stuff I put together. And I'm about halfway through it, and I'm kind of okay. And she's being gracious and saying, okay. And we get up there, and before we get out of the car, I think I turned to her and I said, I don't think that's going to work, is it? She said, well, maybe with some modifications, honey. She was trying to be sweet. And the more I read it, there's some good stuff here, folks. But I'm going to tell you, all 6 pages of this are going to stay on this pulpit. So, and y'all know what I'm going to do, don't you? Hello? And he promises me he can modulate it. Nah. So in thinking, what should I share with the group today that has been struggling with so much? And I was reminded of an auction that we held at the church. Sometime it must have been in the 90s. We used to have auctions all the time at UU. And we raised $2,000 to $3,000 at those auctions. And I remember seeing, just before I went up, and I was their auctioneer because I could talk loud and fast. And I remember just passing through my vision. One of the things was a sailing trip by Jim Pratt. Jim Pratt, a beloved member of our congregation, a man that loves sailing. He dearly loves sailing. And he put out a little thing, a sailing trip with me on a reservoir or lake in Eugene. And I thought, I'd love to have that. So I figured out no one had the number 0 on their paddle.
Go forward just a little bit.
Oh,
Sorry.
now you talk about red hot. I would have been hot.
You wondered where that smoke was coming.
So I figured out that 0 will be my paddle because I wanted to bid on this. And so when that time came, we started bidding, and that just went up and up and up, and I just kept bidding my 0. And I finally got it, and I was so excited to get it. You know, I never got up the nerve to go. I know, regrettably, never got up the nerve to go. But one thing I did have, and that was opportunities to sit down with Jim. And he would tell me some of the most wonderful stories. And one of the stories that he told me was about, he started out by saying, Jody, do you know what a kedge is? I said, I haven't the slightest idea, Jim. He said, well, you're going to find out. So I'm going to offer you my dramatization of my remembrance of that story he told me. He said, you know those big schooner ships? Those schooner ships with their big sails, when that wind catches their sails, they glide through the ocean faster and straighter than even the ships that have oars and motors. And I said, no oars and motors, Jim? He said, not on a lot of them. They depended solely on the wind and their sails. I said, wow, that's interesting. And he said, you know, though, have you ever asked yourself, how do they get back into port? Or how, for that matter, how do they get out of port? I said, well, no, I'd never thought about it, Jim, but now that you say it, my curiosity is just churning all over the place. He said, well, I'll tell you what, you're going to find out. He said, the captain gets the ship as close as they can get it, and sometime it's a couple miles or nautical something, I don't remember that term, close, and they go up, the captain goes up and orders them to take the main anchor off of the rope. And what they had often in those days was a hemp braided rope that was curled up on deck. And he said, take that main anchor off there and put the kedge on there. I said, Jim, there's that tricky word. He said, yeah, they put the kedge anchor on. I said, so tell me what that means exactly. And he said, it's a small anchor. It's still powerful, but it's lighter and smaller than the regular anchor. I said, okay, Jim, I'll take your word for that. He said, so what they do then is they unwind that rope, and as they are, they lower a rowboat over the edge of the ship. They put a couple sailors in that rowboat, and they lower that kedge anchor into the rowboat. And those two sailors row like hell out in front of the ship as far as that rope will let them go. Drop that kedge anchor, and then the captain gets up on his box on the quarter deck, thank you, quarter deck, and says, I'm going to move this, all hands on deck. And you know, everyone scrambles. Some of them are saying, but I was just getting ready to eat. I haven't eaten all day. But they stop what they're doing and they run up to the deck. Some of them were like, wait a minute, I've been up there all night. I was going to rest. But they stopped what they're doing and they ran up to the deck. Each time that little rowboat took that anchor out as far as they could reach, and each time the sailors would grab that rope, and their hands might be bleeding, their hands might be raw, they might be tired, they might be hollering and spitting and cussing, and they might be crowding each other, pinching each other, whatever it took. They did what they had to do to get that ship pulled forward where it needed to be. Well, about now, listening to Jim tell this story, my heart is filled. So many opportunities in my life, especially at the time he was telling it, that I knew I could make it so safely to harbor. I could get where I needed to be, whatever it took, whatever I had to do. When that call goes forward, all hands on deck. And people, I'm here to tell you, this past 2 weeks, there was a call went out from you, and it was all hands on deck. And let me tell you, the people in this congregation stood up and they ran up to the top of the deck. And they will say, I'll do my part. What can I do? What do I need to do to get this ship where it needs to go? Why? Because they believed in hope. Every one of you believed in the hope that we could make it through this mess. Whatever it might look like, however it might be, however tired we may get, however we might rub each other the wrong way a few times, however our different little elbows might poke each other wrong a few times, and it will, and it has, but we're getting there, folks. We're going to get there. We're going to get this ship, and we're going to get it where it needs to go. And one thing about hope, you know, you have that hope, but when you get there, a lot of times it looks different than you think it's going to look. So we need to keep that mind open for what our future holds. Because there's no telling what it's going to be. But I guarantee you it's going to be something good. Yeah, you just saw me spit a little bit there. We might have to think about that. When I used to be a Holy Roller preacher, I did that a lot. And you always had hankies, you know, and you had one in your hand, so you didn't do that. And my kids lined up on the front pew of the church used to say, don't spit on me, Mom. Folks, we're going to get this ship where it needs to be. There's no doubt in my mind. I truly believe that we're going to pull on the hemp rope again and again and again till we bring this ship home. And in the meantime, here we are in this beautiful sanctuary. Thank you. Here we are together opening our hearts and love to each other. And I'm going to do something, once again, a little out of the ordinary. You see, I ended up with this instead of 6 pages. I'm going to do something a little out of the ordinary. And I'm going to ask you to bear with me on this. But I'm going to name some names, and I know people say, oh, you shouldn't name names from the pulpit. You'll miss someone, or you'll pronounce it wrong. Or if you miss someone, someone's going to get upset. Someone's going to get pissed off. You know, but you know, there might be a rule about that, but I've always been a rule breaker. If you don't believe that, you could ask my mother when she was alive, you know, I'm always breaking the rules. But I'm going to call some people's names. Yeah? And when I do, I'm going to ask you to stand. First and foremost, calling Bill Esser, the chair of our building committee. Bill, please remain standing. John Asham, building committee. Sharon Barlow Palm, our board president. Julianne, our secretary for our board. Maria Casa, I think she's back there. Maria. Member at large. Kathy Mitchell, member at large. Lilene Fifield. Boy, I got to read all of her stuff. Chair of the Social Action Committee, chair of the Sunday Service Committee, and AEOC, Adult Education. Jake Tranter, back there in the booth. And last but not least, Genevieve Gonzalez, our amazing office person. Now, folks, I know that please remain standing for a minute, if you can. I know that a lot of you reached out and helped out, but these are the folks that went to the top of the deck and said, where's the rope? And they started pulling and pulling and pulling. So I want you each to take a minute to look at them. Would you turn around and look at people? Look them in the eyes. Do you want to see what hope looks like? Look what hope looks like, people. This is what hope looks like. It looks like people that, I don't know, they may not even like each other, but who cares? It didn't matter. They may have never worked together that closely in their lives. Oh, all we know, they all had body odor. I don't know. But when the call went out, all hands on deck, these people stood up and said, here I am, count me. Here I am. Thank you. You may be seated. This is what hope looks like, folks. Hope looks like us all doing everything that we know to do to get our beautiful sanctuary back and running. I thank you so much today for your time. Appreciate it.
Before we close, we have a testimonial that I neglected to have us do earlier in the service. Jackie Pratt is going to give us a short talk about why she chooses to pledge to UU.
Thank you. Loved having Jim mentioned today. Yeah, he was a guy who just stood in the background and made things happen. I'm going to start what I was going to do before, which is no longer appropriate, but anyway. If you know how to do it, do the thing. Okay, here is the church and here is the steeple. Okay, that's as far it used to as of 2 weeks ago. But if you look at the little chart here in the front, the flame is flickering, but it's not where it should be at this point. The flame there counts for how are we doing on our financial thing? Well, this is the new part. Open the door and see all the people, and that's us. Amen for sure. Thus, and all of those who aren't here today, which might fill in these front 6 rows. Now, there's no, mine is sent in. I mailed it in. And that's what we're asking you to do. Mail it in. Because Donna and Al, they have to work with the money. The money is giving us the church and the people who make it run. That's not us. The us is where our real spiritual needs and sharing come. So I'm asking all of us to get with the action and make that flame on that board a bright red, wondrous, golden flame that will say, we heard the need and we picked up the rope and we sent it in. You get the picture? Do I need to do it again or anything more? Okay, great. All right. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. And now, as is our tradition, you have a time to respond to what you heard today. Okay.
Well, Jody, you darn near made me cry, but I didn't, okay? But if any of you have seen our van, on the back of the van on the bumper is a bumper sticker that says, aren't going to believe this, Jody, serendipity, it says, hemp is our future. Now, coincidentally, I've just come across 2 more bumper stickers that have not been used yet. And I think you deserve one, Jody.
Jody, I just think that service, it didn't happen. I think that you ought to just frame that as the service that never happened, because it got replaced by something that was so much better.
Well, this is the middle of our pledge drive, and it suddenly has become more challenging. I mean, it's much more enjoyable and effective to be able to talk face to face with people. But we did it through the pandemic, so we'll do it again. And we're going to work remotely and use the U.S. Postal Service. But now that we have a church building, we have brought the pledge deposit box, which is on the table in the back. And there are pledge forms, empty pledge forms. But you don't have to do it here, but it will be available in coming Sundays. But please just mail them in. We got a couple more weeks to go. Thank you very much. And thank you, Jody. Beautiful job.
We have a closing song. If people will rise as they wish in body or spirit. The song is Love Will Guide Us.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from grief to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from grief to giving. Love will guide us to the hard night.
Practicing hope can be particularly important when we face difficulties that seem insurmountable. Visioning what we want, collaborating with others, practicing patience, and being dogged in our actions can make all the difference in what happens in the future. Ultimately, hope seeks to keep faith with our deeply held values without attachment to immediate outcomes. It is a conviction that working collectively, something better is possible. We extinguish the chalice with these words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And we can form our closing circle now. We'll just do a tricky way. I'm sure we can figure it out. And we'll join hands and sing Go Lift It Up.
Moon
coffee and you go down the hallway and you'll find it.
It's rare to get so many church members standing together. If everyone could, I mean, I love Pastor Pam and so in the middle. Seriously, everybody. I stole Jake's phone because mine is dying. And then authorized. And so I just want to take a few. Oh my goodness. Sweetheart, I miss you.